Hold it, black fella. Before you approach, you take them 2 guns of yours and you lay them on that rock over yonder.
In film and television, these characters adhere to a strict system of values. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 characters with a code.
You're always spouting off these rules for bros.
For this list, we're looking at characters from movies and television who live by some sort of specific moral code.
I mean, you just get in close and you hit the right.
And lose the gun afterward, that'd be a rule too, I think.
That means characters who follow straight-up rules like Columbus in Zombieland won't be on the list.
And why am I alive when everyone around me has turned to meat? It's because of my list of rules. Rule number 1 for surviving Zombieland: cardio. When the virus struck, for obvious reasons, the first ones to go were the fatties.
Number 10, Katsumoto, The Last Samurai.
In spring, the snows will melt and the pastures will open.
Until that time, you are here.
In Edward Zwick's acclaimed war epic, the ways of Japanese tradition are becoming more and more scarce in an increasingly modern world.
Perfect blossom is a rare thing. You could spend your life looking for one, and it would not be a wasted life.
Katsumoto is an old soul, still adhering to the Japanese ideals of honor and ritual. A rival American, Nathan Algren, impresses him with his fighting tactics, and so Katsumoto decides to train him in both the Japanese language and in the customs that he upholds.
Many of our customs seem strange to you, and the same is true of yours. For example, not to introduce yourself is considered extremely rude even among enemies.
Their poignant friendship leads to a strong bond, forged on the code they now share, and one that Katsumoto follows to the end.
You have your honor again. Let me die with mine.
He demonstrates through his willingness to commit seppuku, the epitome of wartime honor, that he really is the last of his kind.
They are perfect.
Number 9, Morgan Jones, The Walking Dead.
Daddy, can I learn to shoot? I'm old enough.
Yes, you're gonna learn. We gotta do it carefully, teach you to respect the weapon.
When the zombie apocalypse arrived, Morgan Jones wasn't a completely broken man, but all that changed after he lost his son. For a while, Morgan went MIA in The Walking Dead, but he re-emerges a changed individual, living by a new code that helps him move forward in life through peace.
See, because people like you, the good people, they always die. And the bad people do too. But the weak people, the people like me, we have inherited the earth.
Learning the way of Aikido, a Japanese martial technique of defense that aims to prevent injury to the opponent, from a fellow survivor named Eastman, Morgan essentially redirects his pain and refrains from the violence that others rely upon to survive.
To protect everyone.
And in doing that, protect yourself.
To create peace.
Through his newfound code, the man embraces the idea of life and finds a mental balance that evades so many.
We evaded by moving forward with a code to never do it again.
Number 8, Angus MacGyver, MacGyver.
God, I hate heights.
As a veteran of the Vietnam War, this man knows how to handle a firearm. It's just that he'd prefer not to use it. MacGyver just isn't your average secret agent.
Little problem here. I've forgotten to bring along a card key. But you can't let something like that throw you just because of a laser trap.
He's an educated man that understands science can go a long way, and that all someone really needs is a Swiss Army knife and some duct tape to get out of a sticky situation. In fact, MacGyver is so proficient in his ways that even his fellow characters know what it means to MacGyver something.
Oh, I've heard about you. You're the guy that does the whatchamacallits. You know, MacGyverisms. Turns one thing into another.
Perhaps the perfect demonstration of his skill set came when he fixed a radiator using some egg.
Egg whites are good for a lot of things. Lemon meringue pie, angel food cake, and plugging up radiators.
This man lives by a code that substitutes violence with life hacks.
I guess MacGyver was right.
Number 7. Bud, Repo Man.
Credit is a sacred trust. It's what our free society is founded on.
In a classic example of mid-80s cinema, an elderly repo man lays down the law to his young protege, Otto Maddox.
Guys that make it are the guys that get in their cars at any time. Get in at 3 a.m., get up at 4. That's why there ain't a repo man I know that don't take speed.
In doing so, Bud explains the unorthodox lifestyle of a repo man, which includes weird hours and developing a strong backbone. And while it's not exactly good life advice, his repo code revolves around the intensity of the job at hand.
I shall not cause harm to any vehicle nor the personal contents thereof, nor through inaction let that vehicle or the personal contents thereof come to harm. It's what I call the repo code, kid. Don't forget it, etch it in your brain.
This is a man that's been around the block a few times, and he's forceful in his convictions, using a rigid protocol to survive. Bud is someone who won't balk under pressure, and that's all thanks to his steadfast adherence to a unique value system.
Not many people got a code to live by anymore.
Number 6. Omar Little, The Wire.
Get it twisted, I do some dirt too, but I ain't never put my gun on nobody who wasn't in the game.
A man must have a code.
Oh, no doubt.
Here's a Baltimore native that likes to rip and run, but he doesn't touch anybody that's not in the game.
Yeah, that's shorty.
Omar Little's chaotic lifestyle and surroundings don't go to his head, partly because of his grandmother Josephine's upbringing.
That woman raised me. And for as long as I've been grown, once a month, I've been with her on a church Sunday, telling myself ain't no need to worry because ain't nobody in this city that low down to disrespect a Sunday morning.
This here's a man with plenty of bravado, yet he keeps to himself and gathers recon about his enemies.
Look, man, I do what I can do to help y'all. But the game is out there, and it's either play or get played.
He'll work both sides of the law to accomplish his goals, yet he'll only do so if his associates respect the manner in which he works. And that's why the characters of The Wire respect Omar's name. They might not always agree with him, but they understand the nature of his honorable ways.
Spread the word, dog. Omar back.
Number 5. The Driver, Drive.
You give me a time and a place, I give you a 5-minute window. Anything happens in that 5 minutes and I'm yours. No matter what. Anything happens a minute either side of that and you're on your own.
In the vast landscape of Los Angeles, this nameless driver offers a unique skill set and has a few simple rules. Give him 5 minutes and he'll complete the job.
I don't have wheels for my car.
Okay.
That's one thing you should know about me.
The driver, as he's known, doesn't care for fake friendship or contrived conversations, but he's someone who doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
You remember this?
Even with a cold, no-nonsense demeanor, he proves loyal to a select few individuals in his life, sometimes to a fault. But while this man is perfectly capable of saving the day through his commitment to work and honor, he doesn't always get away scot-free. Then again, it's part of the driver's job to know that danger is inevitable. That just comes with the territory.
I don't sit in while you're running it down. I don't carry a gun. I drive.
Number 4. Jon Snow, Game of Thrones.
Night gathers, and now my watch begins. It shall not end until my death.
While some characters on our list embrace a personal code of ethics, this man commits himself to an organization that promises severe repercussions for disloyalty.
I pledge my life and honor to the Night's Watch for this night and all the nights to come.
Even so, Jon Snow adheres fully to the oath of the Night's Watch, committing to protecting the Wall and refraining from sexual activity or marriage. Okay, he does falter there thanks to one fiery wildling, but ultimately this bastard chooses his brotherhood.
I swore a vow to the Night's Watch. If I don't take my own words seriously, what sort of Lord of Winterfell would I be?
The Night's Watch is a lifelong commitment, but as Game of Thrones fans know, Jon manages to find a loophole there. Even so, as a character, Jon finds clarity in his allegiance to a family code, which is stronger than anything else, a quality he ironically shares with the Lannister family.
Lannister always pays his debts.
Number 3. Barney Stinson, How I Met Your Mother.
This, my friends, is the playbook.
In stark contrast to Jon Snow, this man doesn't live by a code of honor, but by a code of how to get laid. Sure, Barney Stinson's absentee father and one nasty breakup may have made him the suit-loving, catchphrase-spouting womanizer we know and love, but even so, he does okay for himself.
At every New York party, there's always a girl who has no idea whose party she's at. She knows no one you know, and you will never see her again. Do you see where I'm going? How with this?
And he is more than proud of it, securing his legendary status with his very own playbook, a physical copy of his sexploitation tactics.
The don't drink that. Whoa, don't drink that. I saw some guy slip something in there.
What? Who?
That guy.
Thank you.
But it's not all dishonorable fun and games for this philanderer. He also has the bro code, of which Article 1 is obviously bros before hoes.
Bro Code Article 1. Bros before hoes.
If nothing else, Barney is our own sharply dressed Yoda.
When I get sad, I stop being sad and be awesome instead. True story.
Number 2, Dexter Morgan, Dexter.
Blood. Sometimes it sets my teeth on edge. Other times it helps me control the chaos.
After witnessing his mother's brutal and bloody murder as a baby, this future serial killer recognizes a certain dark passenger in his life. To satisfy his murderous tendencies, Dexter embraces a violent code, as taught by his adopted father. He only kills bad guys.
The code of Harry, my foster father, is satisfied. And so am I.
From a moral perspective, well, Dexter's code strays heavily from accepted human behavior, as he takes matters into his own hands when the guilty fall through the cracks in the justice system. As long as he doesn't get caught and gathers the right evidence, it all makes sense to him.
The worst thing about finally putting together a puzzle is finding there are missing pieces.
Working for the Miami Metro Police as a blood spatter analyst, Dexter knows the importance of small details. That leads him to be quite thorough in the preparation and execution of his retaliatory killings.
I've been waiting a long time for this. I really needed it.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Rule 1, never change the deal. Deal was transportation for 3 men with a combined weight of 254 kilos.
You've got to stick to your principles.
Behold! The Swanson Pyramid of Greatness. I've been developing the Swanson Pyramid of Greatness for years. It's a perfectly calibrated recipe for maximum personal achievement.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
The questions once haunted my being's been answered. The future is not fixed. My choices are my own. And yet, how ironic. For I now find I have no choice at all.
Number 1, Batman, the Dark Knight franchise.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
In the realm of superheroes, the good guys do away with the bad guys in any number of calculating ways. Yes, sometimes they even kill them. Yet the Dark Knight, in his bleak, amoral world, operates in a very different way than most, which makes him unique.
Because sometimes truth isn't good enough. Sometimes people deserve more. Sometimes people deserve to have their faith rewarded.
This Batman understands the human element, and part of his code of masked vigilante justice is in knowing the consequences of his actions for those he cares about.
This city just showed you that it's full of people ready to believe in good.
To him, society evolves through a moral code of justice, so he uses violence when necessary. Unlike other superheroes like Spider-Man and Superman. Not all residents of Gotham City respect the code, but that's not to say they don't suffer the consequences of their actions.
A hero can be anyone, even a man doing something as simple and reassuring as putting a coat around a young boy's shoulders to let him know the world hadn't ended.
Do you agree with our list? Who's your favorite character with a code?
Now you just got a little boy's father killed. You almost got us killed. And now you're lying to me.
For more honorable top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
I killed those people. That's what I can be. No, you can't. You're not. I'm whatever Gotham needs me to be.